Hi, I'm Lauren of Wearing History, and I'm excited to tell you about a brand new venture which is a lifelong dream of mine. After years of offering home sewing patterns, I've decided to take Wearing History to the next level by offering our very own line of ready-to-wear vintage styles. Wearing History began as a personal website to share my projects and research. From there, I opened an Etsy store selling original vintage clothing. I then started my blog, which grew in readership and has been featured in print and online. Over 5 years ago, I started a sewing pattern line, which has been popular with the vintage sewing community. But I often heard people who didn't sew say that they would like these fashions too. And so 6 months ago, I began working hard at making my true dream a reality, designing new, wearable vintage fashions, aligned with the California casual look that Wearing History has become known for. Most of my life has been spent in the study of vintage fashion. From my modern fashion design training, to theater costuming, to study of authentic historical technique, I combine this knowledge to create Wearing History. Fashion history isn't my only passion, though. I'm also extremely passionate about American industry and manufacturing. That's why it's important to me that all Wearing History clothing be made in the USA and support our local economy. Just like I don't want to see these fashions get lost to time, I also want to be sure the skills and resources of this American industry are kept alive. By supporting American industry and buying timeless vintage styles, we create a sustainability, one which we choose to buy timeless fashion because they're in our closet season after season and year after year. Clothing that doesn't just make you feel good from an aesthetic point of view, but from an ethical one as well. My main inspiration for Wearing History comes from the wearable day-to-day fashions often seen in old family photographs and mail order catalogs. They're nearly impossible to find in wearable, authentic vintage, so I've designed my own fabric, print, and carefully selected elements to bring these designs alive. The benefit over vintage clothing is that you'll be able to purchase a brand new garment in your size without having to worry about damage or structural integrity like you do with vintage clothing. In fact, Wearing History has been specifically designed for movement. But the only way it will really happen is if we meet our funding goal. The goal amount is production cost of getting the first run made. Everything for this to happen is ready, and now I need your help. By backing this project through donations or pre-ordering the garments, you are bringing back classic fashions and American manufacturing. I have so many designs that I have in my head for future collections, but none of it will happen if we don't meet this first funding goal and get the first production made. So please help us by supporting us. Thank you for supporting us and supporting American manufacturing. Please help spread the word by sharing the link below with your friends.